Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube. I'm here to do a video. No, not a Dark Shadows video. Those will come later. I'm here to do my Red Dead Redemption Online review video. If you can't tell by the black cowboy hat, I'm sure you can. Um, so what's the differences between playing Red Dead Redemption 2 online and playing Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode? Here are some of the differences. Now, in Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode, you play as Arthur Morgan, who in many ways is more your player or your character than John Marston was in Red Dead Redemption 1. Keep in mind both games are linked to a game called Red Dead Revolver. I've played all three. All three are great games. So there is a connection to that game. Are we ever going to get Red Harlow in another edition of a game? Who knows? Now, so you play as Arthur Morgan in the story mode, and the decisions you make in that story mode do affect the game, and they do affect your honor. The decisions you make can affect your honor, whether good or bad. The decisions to hunt affect certain aspects. There are a lot of decisions made that do affect the story mode of the game. Now, do you get to actually create Arthur Morgan? That answer is simple no. He's already created for you, but you have a lot of control with Arthur Morgan. Like I said, in every way, John Marston is put in bronze. You know, he has firearms. He's already a personality. Arthur Morgan, you get to decide what goes on with Arthur Morgan more so than you ever did with John Marston. Now, in Red Dead Online, what are the differences? Now, the real differences lie in a lot of places. Number one, gold. In Red Dead Story Mode with Arthur Morgan, gold is worth a lot more. In Red Dead Story Mode, gold isn't worth a lot, but when you get a lot of it, or when you get some of it, you want to save it. You don't want to just spend it. At least that's my personal experience. If it's not yours, that's fine. Again, every gamer is going to have their own decisions to make on what they want to do with their gold in Red Dead Online mode. Now, from a creative standpoint in Red Dead Online, do you get to create your character? Absolutely. You can choose between male and female. You can choose what direction your character goes, good or bad, just like you can in story mode. Here's the real thing I find interesting in Red Dead Online. From what I can tell, from everything that I've played on Red Dead Online, because I've been playing since late November, I've been hustling and getting into level 50. I'm at level 48 now. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad. It really doesn't. I don't see a discernible difference between good and bad in Red Dead Online. I just really don't. I'm not saying there aren't perks. There are, but I don't see a discernible difference. I've been bad and I've been good, and I don't see the big deal. Now, if you do, that's great. If you feel there's a better, like it's better to be bad than good in the red than the blue, that's fine. I don't. I don't see the big difference. Here's, by the way, in Red Dead Story Mode, if you're bad, you get a spirit animal, a wolf, or a vulture. If you're good, if you're good in Red Dead Story Mode with Arthur Morgan, you get a deer, usually a deer or an eagle, depending on how high your honor is or how low your honor is. What's the other differences? The real question you have to ask yourself in Red Dead Online is it worth owning a horse? Now, you might say, well, wait, you get to own horses in Red Dead Story Mode, which is true. Now, you can own horses in Red Dead Online. Here's the difference, though, and here's where the rubber really meets the road, too, again, with Red Dead Online versus Red Dead Story Mode. In Red Dead Story Mode, when your horse, if you have a main horse and it dies, it dies. If you don't have the horse reviver to revive your horse is deader than Bill Malloy when Matthew Morgan decided to conk him over the goddamn head and he fell off a Widow's Hill. If your so you lose that horse. You have to go either A, catch another one, or B, go to the stable and get one you already have in the stable, one of the stables that are in whatever area you're in, whether it be Lemoyne, whether it be New Austin. You get the point. In Red Dead Online, when you get to the level where you can own a horse, you pay a thing called a staple fee. Now, you did not pay this in story mode at all with Arthur Morgan. When you have a horse in Red Dead Online, you have that horse. That, and listen, no matter what happens to that horse, whether it decides to play a Josette and leap off Widow's Hill 1,000 feet and hit the rocks below. And yes, if you don't think horses have issues in Red Dead Online or Red Dead Story Mode, you are sadly mistaken. These horses have more thoughts about suicide than the three widows of Widow's Hill in Dark Shadows. I kid you not. This is not a joke, though I might laugh about it. These horses are really strange in both story mode and online. The strangeness of them is while they have no problem leaping off of 1,000 feet, whether they're on a high truss and they'll go over and they'll take you over with them unless you're fast enough to hop off on. I've had this problem repeatedly. Or they'll just leap over whatever without a care in the world and just fall to their death. But when bullets start raining on their ass, let me tell you something. They're faster than any getaway driver you'll ever goddamn meet. They will speed off into the goddamn sunset or sunrise with or without you. And when I mean with or without you, if you let's say get a bounty in Red Dead Online or Red Dead Story Mode, what's similar about the horse is when the bullets are raining down in the horse's general direction, and if you tend to have the bounty on the stowed upon the horse will just bolt. It will leave your hapless ass. It does not give a shit whether you get shot, but it damn sure cares whether it gets shot or not. Like I said, the horse is better than any getaway driver because the horse is worried about one thing its goddamn self. So, whether story mode or online, that's the similarity there. Like I said, in Red Dead Online, you pay a 75-cent staple fee or and you get to keep that horse no matter how many times it dies. I've had my horse be killed a good bit of times. It was shot. It went off a cliff by itself, and I mean it literally went off a cliff. Hell, both in Red Dead Story Mode and Red Dead Online, I've literally had my horse veer onto the oncoming train, and it get flattened quicker than a pancake, like a pancake, if you will. And that's really the biggest pain in the ass because when your horse dies, trust me when I say this, it'll be at the most inconvenient time for your ass than anybody else's. What I mean by that is, for example, I was on a bounty mission in the kerosene and oil place trying to get a bounty, and a train does come through there because there's a train track. Well, my horse, who is just standing there, I didn't call it, decides, you know what, I'm just going to go the other way, and then it stops going the other way on the train track. Well, here comes the train. The horse is just standing there. It's not moving. I'm thinking, what is this thing doing? And the horse just stands there and the train runs it over. It made no effort to move on its own. Meanwhile, if you're standing in the middle of the goddamn woods and there's no one around and a bear happens upon your ass, I guarantee you that horse is saying, "See ya, Slick," and it's gone, whether it's Red Dead Story Mode or Red Dead Online. Now, the fun thing about Red Dead Online is when the players get bored enough, whether they're red, blue, they will shoot at your hapless ass for absolutely no reason. Hey, it is supposed to be the Wild Wild West after all, so why not shoot at each other for just the fucking fun of the goddamn thing? It's that much fun, right? Hey, let's just shoot at each other. That's Red Dead Redemption Online. Now there was snow in December for Christmas. The snow to me more felt like a survival setting. You had to keep survival and you couldn't just spend money because, hey, you do run out of money and you have to do jobs to get that money. So, picking plants, killing animals, those are survival tropes that you have to do to survive the winter. The winter has ended, um, and so you don't have to worry about that too much. You still have to do those things in order to survive. You don't want to just go to shops and spend all your money unless you absolutely want something in said shop. Keep in mind, is gold more key than actual cash? Both are key. With Red Dead Online, gold is more of a I want, because that's where you get a lot of the things you need for special, whether they're masks, hats, outfits. Now, I'm not saying you can't buy outfits with money. You can. Just some of the outfits, especially the special ones, are gold, and usually it's 19 gold, it's 20 gold. Sometimes you'll get a sale and it'll be maybe 9 or 7. It depends. My favorite thing about Red Dead Online, just the complete randomness of the people who will shoot at you who are not NPCs. And here's the thing. When a player isn't shooting at you, sometimes you will just get random NPCs, just like you did in story mode, who shoot at you for absolutely no reason, which makes the game a lot of fun. Now, should they do Red Dead Nightmare Online? Yes, I mean, they just did this snow thing that was like a survival element, so I can't see why they wouldn't do zombie mode for Red Dead Redemption Online too. If you're going to do snow, which is a survival element, why not zombies? Now, do they have to do zombies? No, they don't. Do I think they will? No, I don't. That's just my opinion. Would I like to see them do zombies? Yes. I'd also like to see them do maybe a serial killer like they did in story mode, but instead of it you just tracking the killer down, make the killer an actual player and nobody knows who's doing it. Remember what I said about the honor system in Red Dead Online? It absolutely means nothing, because it really does. I mean, anybody can kill you at any given point. The thing about Red Dead Online, have actual consequences for what's going on for the person who's killing. If they actually kill somebody, they kill that person. Now, they won't do this because it would piss a lot of people off, but I like the high stakes reality of the Red Dead story mode, because I feel there's not enough high stakes for Red Dead Online. That's just my personal preference. You don't have to have the same as mine, obviously. Is Red Dead Redemption Online fun? Absolutely. I enjoy it immensely. I also play Hunt Showdown, so I play those two games specifically. Um, October, I'll play a little more horror game-ish. I mean, Hunt Showdown is horror, but I'll more in October. I play more Silent Hill, Resident Evil, etc. Um, the game's just a lot of fun. Now, with Red Dead Online, keep in mind another key difference is the entire map of where you can go to Armadillo, which is New Austin, where you can go to Tumbleweed, you can go to Valentine, you can go to Saint Denis. The entire map is unlocked. My only real gripe with this is, why not include Mexico? I mean, really, I don't know if the developers could do that with the game actively going. You would think they could. I mean, they did add fucking snow to the thing. So why not add Mexico into the game? I don't know if they could do that, but probably not. Um, what do you guys want to see added in Red Dead Redemption Online, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online? I know what I want to see. I'd like to see a lot more consequences. I'd also like gold to be a little more valuable, especially when I've found a good deal of the treasure. By the way, when you're hunting for a treasure, um, some players might be hunting for the same treasure and they tend to shoot at you. Not that you're getting the same exact location of where the treasure is in the local area. They just might happen to be in that area and looking for a treasure, the same treasure in a different spot on the end of the map. So there is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, and keep this in mind, partners. Are you gonna pull those pistols or whistle Dixie? Okay. No. Um, I do think the one thing I'll say before I go with this is if I had one big compliment for Red Dead Online and one big compliment for the story mode is the games both looked as exactly the same. They look beautiful and they play the same pretty much from a control standpoint. And you might say, well, that's not really a big compliment because you didn't think they were going to change it. No, I didn't. But that's the good thing. You want the control texture to be the same as in the story mode. And that's one thing I will say is that I enjoyed the most too. They didn't change like controls. All this is different. Now, some people might say they want it change. They want Deadeye changed back to the way of Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption 2. I actually agree with that. That does need to be changed back. I hate how they did Deadeye and Red Dead Redemption 2, and that is a complaint I have. I hope you guys have a great day. I have 3 videos to do tonight: the Shadow and 2 Dark Shadows videos. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Bye.